Hello again. So, what have you learned through your experience?
I've learned a lot through the experience about triathlon, all the weird things that we do. Like, for example, like I'd say 80% of my wardrobe now wicks away sweat or compresses. So it's
Great outfit, buddy.
my friends call me the triathlon monk because I don't leave the house. I just train and work from home. So they make fun of me for that. But there's been a lot of things that we've learned. What have you learned?
I think my biggest concern is where to pee in the road.
Yeah.
I have learned how to find the good spots.
Well, that's definitely true. Like, when you go on those long rides, you don't want to get arrested in the paper for peeing in public, so you have to find, certain private spots along the way. So I like to have one at least every hour that I know, where I can go if I need to pull over.
Yeah. For me, it's a little bit more challenging than the boys, but I have found the special tree and then the rock and then a spot to put your bike there, and then you can hide and then come back, very relieved after 2 hours on the bike of finding that spot.
Another thing that I've encountered is the challenge for being on the bike for a long time is saddle sores. Like the pain that you get from your thighs rubbing on the seat constantly during a 5 or 6 hour ride. Very punishing, and requires medication, a lot of lubricant to get through workouts. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
But there's just a lot of different things, like all the gear, all the money that we spent on every little thing.
What's your favorite piece of gear that you had to buy that you never knew you needed?
I don't know. Let me think about that one. My favorite piece of gear by far is my Quintana Roo bike.
Mine too. It's pink and it's hot.
It is. Mine stands in my office. It's just so sexy. I just stare at it all day, and just can't wait to get out there and ride it. But yeah, I'm trying to think. What else did we?
For me, it was the wetsuit. Did I tell you the story that I got an extra small wetsuit and I didn't fit in it? And when I was pulling it over, I broke it from this part. So when I called back, they didn't want to return it. So I'm stuck with this small wetsuit that doesn't fit me, and it has a break-in part of it. But once I returned it, a friend kind of hooked me up, and we were able to change it, and I got it back. It was like a wedding dress in these white thongs. It was beautiful.
One thing that I had to buy was a polar cap and booties for the swim because it gets so cold early in the season. So I had literally, I looked like Batman. I had the black socks, the black wetsuit, the black cap. I felt like a superhero in my wetsuit, but I didn't swim like one.
Yeah.
I swam like a rock instead.
Well, Tristan sent me a uniform from our team, and the first time I put it, I felt like Superwoman.
Oh yeah.
Look at me.
What is your strategy tomorrow for relieving yourself on the bike?
I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna go to the potty.
That's bullshit. That's a huge waste of time.
You're gonna pee yourself.
Absolutely. As many times as it takes. I'm going to start in the water in my wetsuit, and I'm going to continue the process on my bike. I prefer not to do it on the run if I can help it, but I will if necessary. You can save valuable time.
Now you're inspiring me to do something different, right?
It's not different. Everybody's going to be doing it. I defy you to find somebody who pulls over to pee during an Ironman race tomorrow. If you see somebody do it, then I say it's okay. But
that'll be me.
Yeah, everybody will be like, "What are you doing? Are you okay?" So they won't think that's right.
Oh, I need to stretch my toes. My toes get crawl after 4 hours, so I might need to stop and do a pee break and stretch.
That's horrible.
That's lame.
How much are you going to eat tomorrow?
Okay, nutrition is the most important topic for my coach.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of goose, good chomps, and power bars, and I'll take one every 45 minutes.
I have power bars that I cut in half, and I eat half a power bar every 30 minutes
Okay.
for the first 4 hours. Then I shift over to goos, and I take a goo every 30 minutes for the last 2+ hours of the bike. And then on the run I take cliff shot blocks, one piece every mile. And I'm hoping that's going to fuel me to victory. And then drinking lots of Ironman Perform, like as much as I can possibly drink.
I'm gonna take the pretzels on the running course and the Coke.
Yeah?
That'll be my treat.
That'd be a little treat, something to look forward to
Yeah.
in the dark miles.
Yay.
I think that, what part of the race do you think would be the most, like, depressing? I was kind of thinking, like, mile 80 on the bike, because riding 80 miles is no joke, but then when you have 32 more miles to go after that, and 12 of it is uphill, and then you have to run a marathon after that.
Yeah, I think for me it's gonna be the moment you get out of the bike and you change to run a marathon. That's when I'm gonna be like, holy crap.
I remember running the standalone marathon and being all freaked out before that, and I remember how I felt after doing that. I felt like hell. So I can only imagine what an appetizer of a 2.4-mile swim and a 112-mile bike is going to be like.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. I've been doing this. It's crazy.
It's funny though, like when you first start, the distance seems like so daunting. Like you can't even get your head around like doing it. Like, how's it even possible? But then like as you train and like you like build up your volume, you say, well, gee, I can do 60 miles now, no problem. I can do 70 miles, and like all of a sudden you start to kind of get your head around it and like project your times and stuff. And it's pretty wild how your body can adapt like so quickly.
Yeah. To me it's kind of weird because I always come to these events and see other people doing, and I'm always like having a great time. Woo, woo. You guys rock! Now it's kind of like I'm on the other side. I don't like that much.
You know what happens to me is like sometimes I get not psyched out, but you go to the parking lot before the event and you see everybody with like the perfect gear and like perfect bodies, and like you're like intimidated by like the way they look. But then what I find like I have to do more and more races is that like I'm finishing and I see those people just going out to do certain things, and it's like it's not about like what you look like, it's about how much time and work you put in, you know. I don't really have anything else to say about that.
I don't know. Should we
Very
get
important
more?
question. Did you practice your finish line pose yet?
God, I've thought about my finish line pose since the day I registered for the race, but I haven't like finalized it yet. I know I have at least 12 or 13 more hours to think about it tomorrow, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
I don't know why people always do this because we're so skinny.
Yeah, I know. I used to have
no
muscles,
muscle
and now I don't have them anymore.
So, I don't know. I hope I don't do this. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to go with the wind, you know?
I wonder what it's going to feel like, because you're probably going to be dead, but then I bet you'll get this like second wave of like adrenaline energy. Like last night we met Mike Riley at the athlete dinner, and I said to him, I introduced myself, and I said, every long run that I do, I think about you saying my name, you know, at the end of this or whatever. And he shook my hand. He said, all right. He said, well, then I'll see you on Sunday night. And I just got like goosebumps. Like I was just so excited to go through that. And I'm going to lose it when he says that tomorrow night.
Yeah. I hope I don't cry. I'm a girl when I'm that tired and cranky, and then I'll be like a baby. But
Well, people said to me, like, you think you're going to cry when you finish? And before I was like, no, why would I cry? But now, like, when you think about all the hours and money and time and sacrifice and thinking and everything that's gone into it, like, I think you might. Like, how could you put so much into it? It's like, finally, like, the achievement of that might be too much to handle with dry eyes.
yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I didn't want to go for a training, and then I just thought, you're gonna die if you don't go out. So I guess it's all the time that you kind of force yourself out just to make it.
All those nights after work when you were exhausted and you were hungry and you weren't sure if you should eat or work out, but you knew if you ate that you couldn't work out. Yeah. And so you just forced yourself to go to the gym even when it was like freezing cold out or you know, whatever. It's amazing that it's here.
Yeah. We probably should get more out here. You want us to interview you?
No.
Yeah, we should. What do you think?
We could definitely interview more.
Why don't I interview you?